Have you ever stood at a crossroads, heart heavy with loss, wondering if faithfulness really matters when no one is watching? You are doing the right thing, but the heavens seem silent and the weight of your obedience feels invisible to the world. It's in that exact moment that a young widow named Ruth made a vow that would echo through eternity, not knowing it would change the course of her life and the world forever. But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God." Those simple words were the key, though Ruth couldn't have known it then. They were the key that would unlock a future she couldn't yet imagine. Ruth's unshakable faithfulness in a season of silence opened a door that would lead to redemption and legacy. If that is where you find yourself right now, tired of doing good without seeing results, weary of the silence, or wondering if your loyalty has been in vain, then you need to stay with me until the very last second of this story. By the end of this message, you will discover that the silence you are hearing is not God's absence. It is His preparation. You will see how your quiet loyalty today is actually the key God is using to unlock a legacy that will outlast your lifetime and impact generations to come. Our journey begins in the Old Testament, in a time of chaos and uncertainty. The book of Ruth is a small book, only 4 chapters long, but it contains one of the most powerful revelations of God's providence in the entire Bible. It reminds us that while we are living life forward, God is working backward from a plan He established before the foundations of the world. Even in moments of silence, God is not idle. He is shaping your story even when you don't feel Him working. To truly understand the weight of Ruth's loyalty, we must first understand the depth of the darkness she stood in. The story opens not with a miracle, but with a mistake. We are told that in the days when the judges ruled, there was a famine in the land. Elimelech, a man from Bethlehem, which literally means house of bread, loses faith in the provision of God. Fear drives him, anxiety grips him. To save his family, he takes his wife, Naomi, and his 2 sons, and he leaves the land of promise to dwell in the country of Moab. Moab was not just a different zip code, it was a place of spiritual compromise. It was a nation born out of incest, a nation that worshipped idols. It represents the places we run to when we feel like God isn't moving fast enough, when we seek comfort in the wrong places. Have you ever been there? Have you ever taken matters into your own hands because the house of bread felt empty? Ruth's story begins with that human struggle. For 10 years they lived in Moab, and for a while it seemed to work. They had food. The sons married local women, Orpah and Ruth. Life settled into a rhythm, but compromise always has an expiration date. What seemed like security slowly turned to dust. Tragedy struck. First, Elimelech died, leaving Naomi a widow in a foreign land. Then the unthinkable happened. Her 2 sons, her only security, her only future, died as well. Stop for a moment and feel the weight of that house. 3 widows, no men, no income, no protection. In the ancient world, a widow without a son was the most vulnerable person in society. She had no legal standing. She had no social security. She was invisible. Naomi looks at her life and sees nothing but ruins. She hears a rumor that the Lord has visited His people in Bethlehem, giving them bread. So she decides to go back, but she goes back with a bitter heart. She tells her daughters-in-law, "Go home, go back to your mothers, go back to your gods. I have nothing for you. The hand of the Lord has gone out against me." Naomi is honest, she is raw. She renames herself Mara, which means bitter. She represents every person who has been crushed by life, who feels like God has targeted them for pain. Naomi's honesty gives us permission to admit our doubts, our anger, and our grief. This brings us to the dusty road on the border of Moab and Judah. This is the crossroads. Orpah and Ruth are faced with a choice. Naomi is pushing them away. She is using logic. She says, "I am too old to have another husband. Even if I had sons tonight, would you wait for them to grow up? No. Go back to where it is safe." Orpah listens to the logic, and we cannot judge her. The Bible says she kissed Naomi goodbye and went back. Orpah chose the path of least resistance. She chose what made sense on paper. She chose immediate security. But Ruth stood still. Why? What did she see in Naomi? Naomi was broken. Naomi was bitter. Naomi had no money. Ruth saw something beyond the circumstances. Through Naomi's grief, Ruth had caught a glimpse of Naomi's God. She realized that a famine in the house of bread was better than a feast in Moab. She realized that the God of Israel, even in a season of judgment, was the only true God. And so she clings to her. She speaks that vow we read at the beginning, "Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried." This is covenant. This is not a contract based on what can you do for me. This is a commitment that says, I am with you, even if it costs me everything. Ruth leaves her father, her mother, her culture, her false gods, and her identity. She walks into Bethlehem as a foreigner, an outcast, a Moabite woman in a Jewish town. She has no idea how she will survive. She has no idea if she will be accepted. She simply takes the next step of obedience, knowing that in the quiet faithfulness of this moment, God would open a door she could not yet see. They arrive in Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley harvest. The town is buzzing with activity. Everyone is happy, except them. Naomi goes into her house to mourn, but Ruth goes to work. There is a profound lesson here for anyone waiting on a breakthrough. Faithfulness is active. Ruth doesn't sit at home waiting for a prophecy. She doesn't wait for a handout. She says, "Let me go to the field and glean among the ears of grain." Gleaning was God's welfare system. The law stated that farmers were not to harvest the corners of their fields, and if they dropped a stalk of grain, they were not to pick it up. It was left for the poor, the widow, and the foreigner. It was humiliating work. Imagine Ruth. She used to be a wife. Now she is a beggar. She is walking behind the servants, bending over in the scorching sun, picking up one stalk at a time. Her back aches, her hands are rough. The other workers probably look at her with suspicion, thinking, "Who is this Moabite woman?" She does this all day, from morning until evening. You may feel like you are in a season of gleaning right now. You are working a job that is beneath your qualifications. You are serving in a ministry where no one knows your name. You are pouring into your children, changing diapers, cleaning messes, repeating the same lessons, and feeling like your life is small. You feel invisible. But the text says something crucial. She happened to come to the part of the field belonging to Boaz. She happened to come. To the human eye, it was luck. To the human eye, she just turned left instead of right. But in the economy of God, there is no such thing as luck. There is only providence. God was directing her steps even when she didn't feel him. She thought she was just looking for food. God was guiding her to her destiny. Enter Boaz. Boaz is a mighty man of valor. He is wealthy, respected, and kind. In this story, Boaz is a picture of Jesus Christ. He is the Lord of the harvest. He arrives at the field and immediately notices her. "Whose young woman is that?" he asks. The foreman replies, "She is the young Moabite woman who came back with Naomi." She said, "Please, let me glean and gather among the sheaves." She has continued from early morning until now. Notice this. Her work spoke for her. Her consistency caught the eye of the master. Boaz approaches Ruth, and the first words he speaks are words of grace. "My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field. Stay here." I have told the men not to touch you. He offers her protection. Then he offers her provision. When you are thirsty, go to the vessels and drink. Ruth is overwhelmed. She falls on her face. Why have I found favor in your eyes, that you should take notice of me, since I am a foreigner? Listen to Boaz's answer, because it is God's answer to you today. I have been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law, how you left your father and mother and your native land and came to a people that you did not know before. God sees the sacrifice. He saw when you walked away from that relationship to honor him. He saw when you chose integrity over profit. He saw when you stayed loyal to your church, when it was going through a storm. He saw the tears you cried in secret. Boaz pronounces a blessing over her. The Lord repay you for what you have done, and a full reward be given you by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge. Ruth came seeking barley. She found refuge. She came looking for a meal. She found a protector. At lunchtime, Boaz calls her to the table. He serves her roasted grain. She eats until she is satisfied and has some left over. She goes home that night with an ephah of barley, about 30 to 50 pounds of grain. It was a staggering amount for one day's work. When she shows Naomi, hope begins to return to the old widow's eyes. Naomi realizes, this is not just charity, this is favor. The harvest continues for weeks. Ruth is faithful every single day, but God has more for her than just survival. He wants redemption. Naomi, awakened by hope, gives Ruth a dangerous instruction. She explains that Boaz is a close relative, a kinsman redeemer. In the law of Moses, if a man died, his brother or close relative could marry the widow to produce an heir and keep the land in the family. Naomi tells Ruth, wash yourself, anoint yourself, put on your best cloak and go down to the threshing floor. She tells Ruth to wait until Boaz has eaten and gone to sleep, and then to uncover his feet and lie down. This is the moment of greatest risk. Ruth is a Moabite. If she is misunderstood, she could be accused of immorality. She could be shamed. She could be cast out forever. But she trusts the God of Naomi. She says, all that you say, I will do. In the middle of the night, at the threshing floor, Boaz wakes up. He is startled. There is a woman at his feet. Who are you? He asks in the dark. Ruth's answer is profound. She doesn't just say her name, she makes a proposal. I am Ruth, your servant. Spread your wings over your servant, for you are a redeemer. She uses the same word Boaz used earlier, wings. She is saying, you prayed that God would cover me with his wings. I am asking you to be the answer to that prayer. I am asking you to redeem me. Boaz is moved not by her beauty, but by her virtue. He says, blessed be you of the Lord, my daughter. For all my fellow townsmen know that you are a worthy woman. But there is a problem. There is an obstacle. Boaz says, it is true that I am a redeemer, yet there is a redeemer nearer than I. There is someone else who has the legal right to the land and to Ruth. Boaz cannot move until the other man decides. Wait, Boaz says. Wait until morning. Can you feel the tension? Ruth has laid her heart on the line. She has made herself completely vulnerable, and now she has to wait. This is often where we find ourselves. We have prayed, we have believed, we have stepped out in faith, and God says, wait. The waiting is the hardest part. The enemy whispers, it's not going to happen. You've been rejected. You were foolish to hope. But Ruth lays still until dawn. She rests in the promise of the Redeemer. Morning comes. Boaz goes to the city gate, the place of judgment and legal transaction. He calls the elders. He calls the other relative. He presents the case. Naomi is selling the land of Elimelech. You have the first right to redeem it. The man says, I will redeem it. He wants the land. It's a good investment. Ruth's heart must have sank. This man is not Boaz. This man doesn't love her. This is just a business transaction. But Boaz adds the condition. The day you buy the field from the hand of Naomi, you also acquire Ruth the Moabite, the widow of the dead, in order to perpetuate the name of the dead in his inheritance. The man pauses. If he marries Ruth and has a son, the land won't belong to his own estate. It will belong to Ruth's son. It will cost him money. It will complicate his inheritance. He says, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I impair my own inheritance. Take my right of redemption yourself, for I cannot redeem it. The law, represented by the nearer kinsman, could not save Ruth. The law can point out our need, but it cannot pay the price for our sin because the cost is too high. But Boaz, rich, willing, and loving, steps forward. He takes off his sandal, a custom of sealing a deal. He declares to the elders, I have bought all that was Elimelech's, and Ruth the Moabite, the widow of Mahlon, I have bought to be my wife. Redemption is complete. The beggar becomes the bride. The outsider becomes the owner. The widow becomes the wife. Why does this story matter to you right now in the 21st century? Because you have a redeemer. You might feel like Ruth. You might feel like your past disqualifies you. You might feel like you are from Moab, full of mistakes, baggage, and pain. You might feel like you are gleaning for scraps, just trying to survive the week. But Jesus Christ, your heavenly Boaz, saw you in the field. He didn't wait for you to clean yourself up. He didn't wait for you to become wealthy or influential. While we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. The law said, I cannot redeem her. Grace said, I will pay it all. And just like Ruth, your loyalty to God in the hard times is unlocking a legacy you cannot see. Ruth married Boaz. The Bible says the Lord gave her conception and she bore a son, Obed. Naomi, the woman who came back empty, takes the baby in her arms. Her bitterness is washed away by the joy of new life. The women of the town say to her, Praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without a guardian redeemer. He shall be to you a restorer of life. But the story doesn't end there. Obed grew up and had a son named Jesse, and Jesse grew up and had a son named David. David became the king of Israel. He wrote the Psalms. He defeated Goliath, and from the lineage of David, generations later, in that same little town of Bethlehem, another baby was born. Jesus, do you see it? If Ruth had quit, if Ruth had gone back to Moab like Orpah, if Ruth had refused to glean in the field because it was below her, she would have missed being the great-grandmother of King David. She would have missed being in the lineage of the Messiah. You have no idea what is hanging on your faithfulness today. You think you are just washing dishes. You might be raising a prophet. You think you are just enduring a difficult marriage. You might be breaking a generational curse. You think you are just staying faithful in a small church. You might be preparing the ground for a revival. God does not waste your pain. He does not waste your waiting. He does not waste your loyalty. So I want to speak to your spirit today. Don't go back to Moab. Don't go back to the world just because the season is hard. Stay in the field. Keep gleaning. Keep trusting. Your Redeemer lives. He has not forgotten you. He is working at the gate right now, securing your future. The silence is not rejection. It is the deep breath before the miracle. Stay faithful. Your Boaz is coming. Your breakthrough is prepared, and your legacy is secure. Before we go, I want to pray these 3 points over your life. Receive them wherever you are. Lord, I ask for the strength of Ruth to leave behind my past and step boldly into the uncertain future you have for me. Father, help me to be faithful in the field of obscurity, trusting that you see my labor even when no one else does. God, I thank you that you are my Redeemer, I declare that my past does not define me, and I rest under the shadow of your wings today. If you have any prayer point, drop it in the comments section. Our prayer team is ready to pray on it, and we believe that God will answer. If you cannot drop it in the comments section, you can send it to our email. Remain blessed. The divine help you seek is here. Subscribe to be among the first to see our content. Share and like also. We post every day. Thank you for listening.